Interestingly enough, I think if we were to jump ahead 200 years from now, one of the things we might look back on in our society today is we might look at things, for example, chemotherapy, and say to ourselves, how could any society put someone through that? How could they poison somebody's body, make them lose all of their hair, make them get almost possibly sicker than the cancer, just for the sake of getting rid of cancer? And they might be able to say that in 200 years, but somebody from our period might want them to step back and say, I know that you think this is barbaric, and we're glad that you've gotten to the stage that you did. However, there's a logic to why we put people through chemotherapy today. This is how we understood cancer in the 20th, 21st century. I think that we can approach it a similar way when we look at bloodletting in the 18th century. We look back on it now and we say to ourselves, this is horrible, this is barbaric. They're basically just draining blood from people's bodies and letting them die, essentially. And I would also argue that those actors might raise their hands and say, no, let me explain where we're coming from. And obviously, we've moved to a different stage in medicine today, but that was why bloodletting made sense, particularly in a disease crisis, a situation with a disease crisis like yellow fever.